And what I can tell you is this: if you make this mistake, you are pretty much guaranteed to fail as an entrepreneur because you do not understand what the f money is. So in this video here, I'm going to be talking about the biggest mistake that people make as an entrepreneur, and I also see people making this mistake when they work a job where they are in sales or they're making some kind of commission-based pay where they have a unpredictable income. Maybe some months they're making a ton of money and all of a sudden they're getting excited, and this is where this fatal mistake comes into play. You start a business, you start a side hustle, or maybe you get a job and you're making some kind of commission-based pay, and all of a sudden you make a lot of money. You're making, let's say, $20,000 a month. I find about $20,000 a month is when people start saying, oh hey, I'm hot, I'm making a lot of money here, I can start balling out and go out there and buy some cool shit. And this is the mistake that people make. They don't understand what money is. And so as soon as they have the smallest amount of money, a little bit more than the average person makes, they just go out there and spend it. They spend it on a Lamborghini, or they spend it on flashy clothes, or whatever it is they want to spend it on. The thing is, there are so many different things out there that are just ready to take your money away in the form of cars, in the form of bad relationships, in the form of materialistic friends, in the form of just things you're buying, crap you don't need. You will literally spend every penny you are making if you are not careful. Now, why is it a problem in particular for these people to go out there and spend money on a car where they're going to have $1,000 plus car payment every single month, or they're spending a massive amount of money on some huge house based on their future income? The problem is that your future income is not guaranteed. If you're in a commission type job, you have no idea what your sales are going to be next month or next year, but you are spending tomorrow's money today. So the problem here is that this entrepreneur or person is mistaking what is happening right now in this present moment as an ongoing trend. So they're making $20,000 a month now, and for some reason they believe they're going to make $20,000 a month for the next 45 years. Now, let me be honest with you guys, I understand exactly why you think this. I used to work a 9-to-5 job. I used to have a fixed salary, and I knew what I was going to make every single week, every single month, and every single year, and I got used to the comfort of that income. Then when I transitioned over and became an entrepreneur, I started making money. I started making a lot more money than I made at my old job, and I began to feel very comfortable and very safe with that stream of income. And because I used to have consistent money coming in, I believed the same thing would be true with my online business. And let me tell you, I was dead wrong. You are not going to have that same experience with your side hustle or your online business or your venture as you do when you work a job, because there are trends out there. There's seasonality. There are so many things that come into play here that are going to affect how much money you're making every single month. So at the end of the day, an entrepreneur that really knows what they're doing understands that money is fuel. Money is nothing but fuel. It can be used to fuel two different things. Number one, it is fuel to start a new side venture or to start a new business. Or maybe if you're an investor, it is fuel to buy a rental property or invest in the stock market and continue to generate more money from your money. People who spend money do not understand what it is, especially as an entrepreneur. It's either money to start a new business or venture, or it is money to sustain yourself for a certain period of time. Let's say you start a business. Let's say you start some kind of online business, you're making money, then all of a sudden that well dries up and it's not producing more fuel, but you have all of this money saved up to sustain yourself for the next 12 to 18 months while you drill a new well, while you start a new business. Well, guess what? That entrepreneur that went out there and bought that Lamborghini and they bought that house in Beverly Hills or whatever it is that they're buying, they do not have that luxury. They do not have that ability to sit down and work for the next 18 months making $0 while they build a new business and drill a new well. So what you need to understand is that the longevity of a business, especially an online business, is probably 2 to 3 years if you're lucky. So do not make this mistake of thinking that what you're making today is what you're going to make for the next 45 years. It is just not going to happen that way. This is what you need to do. You need to drill a well, you need to collect that fuel or that money, you need to hold on to that money, spend as little as possible, and then you take that money and you drill a new well, and you figure out how to make more money with the money that you have, and then you have multiple different wells that are producing income. Now that type of entrepreneur is smarter because they have multiple streams of income to fall back on. So if one of their wells runs dry, they have 5 or 6 other income streams or wells they can live off of and sustain themselves with. If you're sitting there making money from one source and you're not in a salary type position, you are ripe for disruption. You are just waiting for the rug to be yanked out from under you if you are not saving up your money to sustain yourself for a period of time going forward, or using that fuel to invest in a new business or side venture. The number one thing I want to leave you guys with in this video is do not mistake what is happening today as an ongoing trend. It can always change, and it will always change in some way. And if you think of your money as a source of fuel and not something you're going to use to buy dumb shit, you are going to be well off as an entrepreneur. But the type of entrepreneur who's going to spend that money, spend their fuel source on something useless like a materialistic purchase, you are ripe for disruption. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's something I've been seeing happening left and right, and I kind of wanted to share this message with you. It's a trap I've almost fallen into myself, and so hopefully if you are somebody who is interested in being an entrepreneur, this is a valuable lesson for you. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. If you are interested in learning more about investing in the stock market, I've created a free course just for you. The link is in the description below. Here are a few other videos you might enjoy as well.